One of the paramedics who tried to save his life was Tasha Starkey, who posted a picture of the note on Twitter. The manager of a rehabilitation center where a man died despite the efforts of paramedics has blasted a resident who left a moaning note on an ambulance. The 42-year-old, who was vomiting blood, died after being rushed to hospital with massive internal bleeding. As they responded to the call, West Midlands Ambulance Service found a handwritten note on the windscreen which read, "You may be saving lives, but don't park your van in a stupid place and block my drive." The service said the ambulance was at the scene for no longer than 30 minutes. The patient had been at Livingston House, a charity and rehabilitation centre for drug and alcohol addicts, for 3 months. Centre manager John Hagan said the man's family had been made to feel 50 times worse after discovering the note had been left on the ambulance sent to help their son. He said, "They are absolutely horrified. They said it's hard enough as it is, with the loss. The man's father said to me that it has just made it 50 times worse." The man had been clean for 3 months before he collapsed. He was making active changes to change his life. He was somebody who had made poor choices but was now making the right ones. "I am absolutely disgusted that an individual complained about the ambulance's parking. An ambulance is a sacred space. What goes on inside there, it shall be interfered with." Paramedics battled to save a man while mean-spirited neighbors left this note moaning about the ambulance blocking their driveway. He later died in hospital. West Midlands paramedic Tasha Starkey sat with a colleague at the rear of an empty ambulance. Tasha Starkey, left by herself and left in the right picture with the colleague, who found the note. Mr. Hagen added, "One of these days, heaven forbid that the man who left the note or his family might need an ambulance. He would shut down all of Small Heath to get an ambulance through. We do have a problem with parking, but on this particular day, the ambulance was parked down an alley and was blocking anywhere." Ultimately, what kind of individual would be so vitriolic towards an ambulance crew? Ms. Starkey shared the note on Twitter after finding it on the windscreen. "It's very clear that if they are not moving, then there's obviously a significant amount of work going on in that ambulance. It's the mentality of some people, no public spirit, no empathy and no feeling. It's all about them." Residents in the street say the note was written by a man who should know better. A woman who answered the door of a house where the ambulance was reportedly parked, said, "I have nothing to say. You will have to talk to my husband about it." When the woman was shown the note and asked if she recognized the handwriting, she slammed the door shut. A neighbor of the man, who did not want to be named, said, "Everyone says it was this guy who wrote the note. If it was, then he should know better. He's got a decent responsible job. It's terrible that anyone would take a pop at paramedics."